Today we're going to cover how to set up and take down a standard tent. The actual process will vary from tent to tent depending upon the number of tent poles and if your tent has a vestibule, screen porch, or any other features. However, the general principles for setting up a tent remain the same. So let's go. Unpack your tent and spread it out flat on the ground. Then assemble the tent poles according to the manufacturer's instructions. Slide the poles through the corresponding sleeves or attach them to the designated clips. Raise the tent by connecting the poles to the form of the base structure. Finally, secure the tent by staking down all corners and guylines, adjusting for tension and stability, and then attach the rainfly and stake down any needed guylines for additional protection from the elements. Finally, you can arrange the interior to your liking. You're all set. Like I said, depending upon the amount of complexity, this will be easier or harder for you to do. In general, smaller tents are easier to pitch than larger tents. There's usually less fabric, fewer tent poles, and it's a quicker setup. But now let's talk about taking it down. First up, remove any interior items from the tent and open the tent doors and windows. Then detach the rainfly and any additional guylines and carefully pull out the stakes from the ground. Disassemble the tent poles, carefully collapsing them and organizing them as you go. Then begin folding the tent, bringing the sides towards the center, making a long rectangular shape. Fold the tent in half, aligning the edges. Then continue to fold it into thirds or quarters depending upon the size of the tent to fit it back in its bag. Good measure is to use the tent poles, and you can put them inside the tent as you fold it if needed. Stuff or roll the tent into the storage bag along with the poles, stakes, and rainfly. Tighten or zip the bag securely, ensuring all components are in place. That's it! There you have it, a complete guide to setting up and taking down your standard tent. It's an absolute must to test out setting up and taking down your tent at home when using it for the first time. Camping is all about enjoying the outdoors, and mastering your tent setup will make your trips more enjoyable. Believe me, you don't want to be stuck trying to figure this out at the campground. So if you found this guide helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more camping tips and gear reviews.